Now, the Business Experience Show.
Welcome to the Business Experience Show. I'm Lisa Caprelli. With us is Cole Smith. We have a wonderful guest today also. Welcome.
Well, hello. It's a pleasure to be here.
How was your drive coming down here from Hollywood?
Well, it was, it was all right. There was a bit of traffic.
There was.
Well, there was not a game, but there was some sort of happening. I think maybe it's because I was here.
I think so.
People know when I'm in town.
Do they now?
They do.
What is it usually like for you? What is your entourage like?
Well, I have 300 or 400, 500 people that follow me. And the thing is, I like to narrate wherever I am.
Is that right?
I narrate what's happening. Like right now, the Business Experience Show. What an experience it is. Sitting behind the microphone, talking to people I don't know, asking uncomfortable questions.
You are so popular. You must get requested for all kinds of events, movies.
Oh, I do bar mitzvahs, whatever you want.
Yeah.
I'm hurting for cash right now. No, I'm just kidding.
Today's guest is the remarkable Josh Robert Thompson. He does impressions of Arnold Schwarzenegger.
What are you talking about?
Matthew McConaughey.
All right.
And many more. He regularly goes toe-to-toe with Craig Ferguson on The Late Late Show as robot Jeff Peterson. His comedy shorts on YouTube have more than 7 million views. And his voiceover work is too extensive to list. Welcome, Josh Robert Thompson.
Thanks for having me.
Is that your real voice?
This is my real voice. I don't even know. This is my announcer voice. It's the Business Experience Show. Sweet Borax Soap presents. I don't know. No, this is my real voice, I think. I've forgotten what my real voice was.
Yeah, I was before the show, I like Matthew McConaughey. So in the Matthew McConaughey voice, tell us how you got started in comedy.
Well, all right. You know, it's great. It's great to be here. You guys are great, and it's a great show. I'll tell you what, I like telling jokes. You know, I did a movie called The Lincoln Lawyer.
That was a great movie.
You're going to need to see it. If you haven't seen it, it's on video right now. I just drive around in a Lincoln. And I do lawyer things. It's great. All right, I'm going to go play some bongos, take my shirt off. Wow. Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah.
How about that?
So tell us how you got started in comedy and your business experience. This is a business experience show of Josh Robert Thompson.
Thank you.
It really is.
Very serious. As a child, I had a full business plan, portfolio by the age of 5. I knew what my business was going to be. No, I think the recipe for being a comedian is to grow up an only child in the Midwest.
Right.
That'll do it.
That'll
do it for you.
Did your mother always know that you were going to be this and nothing else?
I think so. I think she hoped that wasn't the case. No, I spent a lot of time...
you must have made her laugh all the time.
I did, and cry. I made her cry a lot as well. But being an only child, you know, I watched a lot of TV and I listened to a lot of radio. I listened to a lot of radio, man. I listened to old shows, like reruns.
What got in your head that you could do voices? I mean...
Well, listening to these things, my grandmother, when I was 7, bought me a Fisher-Price tape recorder.
Oh.
And I started to record and play back my voice, and I was fascinated. It's magic to hear yourself. You know, now we take it for granted. I do it on my phone, bro. Nobody cares.
Did anybody listen besides you?
No. I was my own audience.
Right,
you know?
exactly.
But, no, a lot of people. I used to make these tapes, old radio plays, because I'd listen to old shows like The Shadow, The Jack Benny Show. You know, I mean, these are old, like Milton Berle. This is the stuff I liked because I'm 87 years old. But and that's what I mimicked. It's all about mimicry and listening, and so that's what I wanted to do.
But you got to realize it's a gift because no one can just listen and then replay that.
What are you talking about? Everybody can do it. Just put your video on YouTube and you're a star.
Oh, yeah.
You don't need to have talent. Look, I'll teach you how to do the impressions so the world can do the same impression I do. No, you're right. You have to have you know what? You have to love it. You have to really want to do this for a living. There are a lot of people that say, I'd like to try that out. I don't think that's the attitude to take when you're getting into comedy or show business. You have to really want it.
What joy do you get out of your work?
I'll tell you, making people laugh is a pretty amazing thing. When I was in high school, we did a performance of Oklahoma. Wow. Big show, big with the kids. Kids love that in high school.
How does the song go?
I don't know. Can we say that? Is it copy? Oklahoma with a ba 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 ba. That's all I remember.
Okay.
And I played Ali Hakim, the sort of traveling salesman.
Yes.
And I had this one scene in the show where I had to say this funny line of dialogue as I made my exit. And as I'm exiting, the crowd went wild. And, I'm in high school. I was a junior in high school. And I turned to my theater teacher and I said, did I do something wrong? And she said, no, they love you. And so the next night I went out and did it again, but I really played it up and I got an even bigger laugh. I love that idea that you can have a crowd of people that you don't know in a darkened auditorium, and you can affect them in some way. You can communicate to them something that's going to make them laugh. And you can make money doing it, too.
Yeah,
that. Back to the business part.
Was it at that point that you decided
to
go that direction?
That was the moment in my life when I said, I really want to be on stage, and I like this idea of making things up and getting a reaction. Because the thing I did on stage was something that wasn't really planned, the way that I did it.
Okay.
So I thought, wow, you don't have to just go by the book. And that's how I got into improvisation.
Right.
I love that energy. Every night on the Late Late Show, Craig Ferguson and I, we do not talk before the show. We do not plan what we're going to do. We do it on purpose. We don't want to know. I don't want to hear it. Sometimes I don't want to hear it. Don't say it. Don't even talk to me.
Wow.
Once the show starts, we have no idea what we're going to do. And that's an awesome energy.
Yeah.
It can also really, fail badly, but usually it doesn't. Usually it's great.
So I want to go a little bit order of your life.
Let's do it.
So you have your business plan at age 5.
Business plan,
and then Oklahoma, then you make people happy.
Right.
You said, I could want to do this. I want this energy around me all this time.
Right.
It's breaking the ice. People love you. It opens doors for you. And then tell us what happens
Well,
next.
the key to this story is to leave Cleveland.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, why?
Well, I can't listen, folks. If you're out there and you're in Cleveland and you want to make it in the business, get out right now. Get out. Get out. Do it now. Because it's not going to happen for you. You could do local news. That's fine. Get out of Cleveland immediately. Okay. I love Cleveland. I was happy to grow up there, but I moved to California. That was the thing.
Good idea.
I moved to California in '96, and I started to do public access television.
And you said that's where you learned a lot about the business, production, background.
Absolutely. I did get my degree at Cal State Fullerton in TV, radio, and film.
Yeah. Did you find that by chance? Public access?
I did. I was living in Chino near the men's prison. How you doing? You want to stop by and bring me some food? No, I wasn't in the prison. I was near the prison. And
I moved him out from Cleveland.
Yes. Yeah. Who's the new guy? I'm from Cleveland. The Cleveland kid. All right. There's your cell. None of that happened. But I was watching TV, and on the public access channel, they have a community bulletin board. It'd be like, bake sale Thursday night. Come on out to the baseball game. And then there was something that said, do you want to work in television? Now hiring interns at the public access studio in Chino. So I went there, I took the free classes, and I did that for 10 years. I did my own shows for 10 years because you had your own TV studio at your disposal.
Right.
For free.
Right.
And I did it for 10 years. I did all of my characters. I honed my comedy craft. I learned the technology, producing, directing, all of it. I owe everything to public access.
And you say that that's different now than where people have access to YouTube and they're able to do things behind the scenes.
Yeah.
And before the show, we talked about how you didn't want to do YouTube and Facebook.
No, because it's this funny I mean, you have to do it, unfortunately. I say unfortunately because there's still an air of amateurishness about it. I mean, this is the funny thing about the 21st century. I'm on a TV show. I'm on a national television show, and kids will say, "Yeah, well, I got 1 million views in a year," and I'll be like, "Son, I got 2.5 million views a night."
Right.
Yeah, but you're on TV. Nobody cares. I have a website where I sell my own T-shirts. I make 6 figures a year sitting in my computer. He's right. He does. The top 10 YouTubers make 6 figures a year.
Yeah.
And they're not funny.
Yeah.
That's my opinion.
Right.
But there's still something about TV. There's still something about the magic of going to a physical place and doing that thing. It's a real skill. And I think YouTube's great, though, because public access is very limited to the city in which you are doing the show.
Right.
It didn't have much of a range as far as how many people you reach unless you bicycle your tapes all over the place. YouTube is worldwide.
So having talent like yourself combined with being able to go on YouTube, it's just opened up way more doors for you. And what has happened in the last 3 years of your life that has really, you have really skyrocketed?
Well, it's been amazing. I mean, I started doing the public access show. I was discovered by a writer on the Late Late Show, Joe Struzzulo, who was writing a bunch of sketches. He and his buddy were hanging out, and they saw my public access show where I do this preacher character.
Right.
And he emailed me and said, "Dude, I want you to be on our show." And I said, "Yeah, all right. Well, what show do you do?" And he's like, "The Late Late Show with Craig Ferguson." "Oh, really? Great." So I started doing the Ferguson show because of public access in 2007. right?
Yes.
And that I did that for years and years until Craig Ferguson came to me and said, "Hey, we have this robot that we're putting on the show." Uh-huh. Oh, that's cool. Can you do the voice for it? I said, "Sure, I'll do the voice for it." So I did the voice of Jeff the Robot in 2010.
How does that voice?
Oh, well, he sort of sounds like George Takei. Oh, my. Oh. Most of the things he says, I can't say. But one of his phrases is, in your pants. So I started doing the voice. It was pre-recorded. And then in 2011, I said, Craig, we should start doing this live. So now I puppeteer this character live in the studio.
Right.
Okay. The other thing is, through YouTube, a British production company saw my impressions video. It's called 4 Impressions, where I do my Morgan Freeman. They were looking for a white guy who sounds like Morgan Freeman to do their commercial campaign for an insurance company called More Than Insurance. I am now the face and voice of More Than Insurance, called More Than Freeman.
You're More Than Freeman.
I'm selling insurance.
Yeah, I've got a question. I want to take 2 steps backwards and ask you from the public access.
Yeah.
From a business perspective, when you were there and in the studio, is that where you learned the business or the creative side?
I think that was the creative side.
Okay.
Yeah, because I wanted to know how to do my own show, so I learned all of the technology.
And you need to do that.
The cameras and all that stuff. But YouTube, I think, was where I learned to begin to market myself.
Okay.
What is it the audience wants? What audience am I going for?
Well, you needed to learn how to put together what your product was going to be.
Right.
So that sounds like what you did at Public Access.
It's a double-edged. I recommend to any actor or performer out there, learn how to edit your own stuff. I have a production background already from Cal State Fullerton, so I edit my own demos. I edit all of my stuff, and I know how that side works. It's a great skill to have in this business because you have to have both.
Oh, absolutely.
You have
and you're
to
not
have
at the mercy of waiting for someone.
Well, you don't have to if you know that skill.
Right.